Hello, everybody. Welcome back for the evening reading. Tonight, we're going to pick back up the Tao Te Ching, the Stephen Mitchell version, which we started earlier on in our evening readings. I'm going to pick up at number 22. And I think I'm just going to read just a few pages. So we're going to go nice and slow. Number 22. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. The Master, by residing in the Tao, sets an example for all beings. Because he doesn't display himself, people can see his light. Because he has nothing to prove, people can trust his words. Because he doesn't know who he is, people recognize themselves in him. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. When the ancient masters said, if you want to be given everything, give everything up, they weren't using empty phrases. Only in being lived by the Tao can you be truly yourself. So here, the Tao, when you are in alignment with the Tao, this mysterious, all-encompassing force of life, there is no contriving, there is no manipulating, there is no trying. There's just being who you are, being as you are. Number 23. Express yourself completely, then keep quiet. Be like the forces of nature. When it blows, there is only wind. When it rains, there is only rain. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. If you open yourself to the Tao, you are at one with the Tao, and you can embody it completely. If you open yourself to insight, you are at one with insight, and you can use it completely. If you open yourself to loss, you are at one with loss, and you can accept it completely. Open yourself to the Tao, then trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. Read that one more time. Express yourself completely, then keep quiet. Be like the forces of nature. When it blows, there is only wind. When it rains, there is only rain. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. If you open yourself to the Tao, you are at one with the Tao, and you can embody it completely. If you open yourself to insight, you are at one with insight, and you can use it completely. If you open yourself to loss, you are at one with loss, and you can accept it completely. Open yourself to the Tao, then trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. Calls to mind a more Western phrase, which is, a house divided cannot stand. This is pointing to the fact that usually within our minds there is a division. There are opposing forces that are battling for control of your human being. Let's call it your higher instincts and your lower instincts. And what this is pointing to is finding the center of that experience, whatever it is, and being fully at one with whatever is arising. And open yourself to the Tao, then trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. Number 24. He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go. Number 25. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao. It flows through all things, inside and outside, and returns. returns. It flows through all things, inside and outside, and returns to the origin of all things. The Tao is great. The universe is great. Earth is great. Man is great. These are the four great powers. Man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. The universe follows the Tao. The Tao follows only itself. Take those two last paragraphs or stanzas. The Tao is great. The universe is great. Earth is great. Man is great. These are the four great powers. Man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. The universe follows the Tao. And the Tao follows only itself. Number 26. The heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the views, she stays serenely in herself. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. That restlessness piece definitely hits home. I even started back in the day when I read this the first time. You know, I think I did not fully appreciate my own. Well, I've always known my mind was a noisy one, but the restlessness that sometimes you get when you just can't go anywhere, or at least you can't go to all the usual places that you would go and see the faces and just kind of feel connected to life. But what this is pointing out is that when our minds get restless, when they start running away with us, and we're just trying to distract ourselves with some kind of entertainment, some kind of amusement, we're effectively negotiating with terrorists, right? When your mind is just insisting on being stimulated and given more and given pleasure and given, all different kinds of sensorial delights, right? When it insists that that's what it needs to be happy, you're always going to suffer. And so what this is pointing us toward is remembering that your deepest identity, your truest self is peace. It is openness. It is awareness, not all the incessant, anxious, restless thinking, but that pure, abiding witness, presence, awareness underneath all of that. So we need to remember how to return to that, right? To bring our awareness out of the chaos up here and bring it back down. Or you could also say, bring it back, right? Sit back a little bit, be able to observe what your mind's doing rather than feeding into it, because that just causes you to, as it says here, lose touch with who you are. 27. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants. A good scientist has freed himself of concepts and keeps his mind open to what is. Thus, the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost. However intelligent you are, it is the great secret. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost. However intelligent you are, it is the great secret. And that's all for tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying these. Um, a couple of you have reached out with some ideas for books and authors and different folks that you would love to have read in future readings. And I love those recommendations. So I definitely appreciate all those insights and thoughts and all the support too. It's really fun to read to you guys, even through a little webcam, and to generate a little conversation about humanity's great wisdom. So really appreciate you guys being in the mix on this, and I will talk to you guys again next week. Cheers.